First of all, as the first speaker on the opposition side, the first thing I would like to do is to give the three main rebuttals. Our first rebuttal is about the thing is about sex. The government side came here and tried to convince us that well, by having a date, they're going to lead to sex. But the fact we all know is that by having a date, it's not the only way that lead to sex. The point is that no matter whether they have a date or not, they will still have a sex anyway. Why? Because it is no irony that it's just like in a school in America. When you have your girl, when you know your friend is a girl or something like this, and you want to try something new, then you just like talk to her and then get sex with her. And also you can just you can get sex by going to pub or something like this. So it is not really necessary for someone to have a sex if they have a girlfriend or something like this. And my second point is that they assume that by having a relationship with someone or by having a date with someone is a path to do. But we our side say that it is illogical. Why? Because we believe that to err is human. We believe that by wrongly protecting the youth, by just by deciding for them all, it's not a correct way of protecting them. Because one day when they grow up, they have no one to protect them, and they have no way to deal with this problem. Why? Because when they was young, it's like the adult protect them in every way, so that they try nothing, and that they never err in their life, so they can learn nothing from their errors. So we are believing that they are protecting the youth in the wrong way. And thirdly, my third point is that they are talking about the distraction of education. The point is that we believe that the influence from the girlfriend or boyfriend has both sides. It's not necessary that well by having your girlfriend you will always get distracted or your grade will come down. In so many cases, there is a case that your girlfriend help you to get a good grade because your girlfriend is the one who study and the one who inspire you to study. And let's move on to my argument. I have two main arguments, and then my second speaker will come here and talk about teenage life. So let's talk about sex here. Well, as we know that we all have sex. When they are adult, whether we have a girlfriend or not, we still have sex. So what is the solution? Is it to ban your girlfriend just because you believe that well, when you have no girlfriend, you will not have sex, or what? Because it is a fact that sex will happen anyway. So we believe that the best way to deal with this is to have a safe sex. Why? How? By having a safe sex, we believe that the best way to use the contraceptives, like condom or something like this. And also we have the health education system that will guide you if you were to have sex anyway, because we cannot ban them in no way, right? So then the best way to deal with it is to make sure that they have a safe sex and that there is no underage pregnancy. Alright, and let's move on to my first point. I'm going to talk about the benefit of having a dating, which is learning how to maintain a relationship in the future. What does this mean, ladies and gentlemen?
Before you move
this
on,
simply means that we okay.
Why can't you do it in university?
Why? Because we believe that in the secondary school, it is the age that we want to try something and to do something new. And even if you do it in the university, we believe that that is not going to make them any more mature because you just protect them for everything and that they learn nothing but error, something like that. And so what I mean by learning how to maintain a relationship is that when you it simply means that practice makes perfect. When you have okay, now I'm going to refer to the Illinois University's research. Okay, it's like there is a case of two guys who has never had a girlfriend in their life before and get married, and the second guy is the guy who has had a girlfriend in his life before and then get married, and that the first guy who has never had a girlfriend has more possibility of having a divorce with that girlfriend. Why? The point is that they learn nothing from the relationship before. They do not know how the girl feels. They do not know how to deal with a problem when they have a career with their girlfriend or something like this. So we believe that the best way to learn how to be with your couples in the future is to have a date with their girlfriend. And by doing this, we believe that it is the best way to learn from your errors, because in many cases, adults tend to be too protective for a child and believe that well, because they do this, it's going to lead the child to the good way or something like this. But the point is that they are just thinking by themselves. They just assume that, well, by having a relationship with that girlfriend is going to lead to sex always, and it's a path to do or something like this. But we say that it's necessary that they learn how to participate with girls. They need to learn this because they need to have a life experience. What I mean is that it is an experience that you cannot be learned from the curriculum. It's something that you have to learn from yourself, learn from trial and error. And because of this thing, let's compare two guys. One nerdy guy who has never had a girlfriend before, and a social guy who has a girlfriend. So let me ask you something. Who will be able to adapt to the society more? Between the one who has no understand girl, between the one who is in the boxes that their parents create. So we believe that it is very important that you know how to adapt yourself to the society. It is important that you are flexible. You need to know how the girl feel, because in the society there is not only man or only girl, but we have to live. We have to live with them in harmony. And in this case, by having a girlfriend in the secondary school, we believe that it is very important because you will someday learn that the girl is emotional, and sometimes the girl tend to judge things because of their emotion or something like this, and you need to know how to deal with it. Otherwise, if you have nothing because of it, otherwise if you have no idea how to deal with it, you will surely lead to the path to doom. Because our real life needs something that is flexible. We need to be versatile and be able to adapt ourselves to the society.
Before you move on,
okay.
If you can get drunk easily, so you think you should start drinking since the age of 15, so by you reach the age of 20 you won't get drunk?
Alright, first of all, let me clarify this. The thing about getting drunk and about having girlfriend is a completely different thing. Why? Because we all know that by drinking there's no period besides getting into the social something like this. But having a girlfriend, it is a skill that is necessary. Why is it necessary? Because it teaches you more about life. It's something that you cannot just read from the book and believe that it is true. It is something that you have to learn from your error. It's something that you have to practice in order to be able to maintain the relationship with your future couples or something like this. So at the end of the day, we believe that by having a girlfriend in the secondary level does more good than harm. Why? Because the government side is trying to protect the youth in a wrong way by making a box for them, by deciding everything for them, by believing that having a relationship with the girlfriend or something like this is only a path to do, right? So we believe that not only having a girlfriend in the secondary school will give them life experience which they cannot be learned from the curriculum, but also it will teach them more about how to maintain a relationship and reduce the divorce rate in the future. Because we all know that practice makes perfect, so they have to learn more about this. They have to earn more in order to know not to make the same mistakes again.